Part 2 of the DIY carbon fiber skinning at home.
After you leave the carbon alone for 12 hours, these drips are now hard, but not so hard that you can't remove them with a razor blade. Snip. Same goes for any frayed carbon threads like right here. Since the resin has already saturated all those carbon fibers, I think this layer does not need to be nearly as much epoxy. Mix it, mix it, mix it. Dripping that chocolate sauce. Starting to finally smooth out. The goal should be to lay on as thick as possible. In order to remove those pesky bubbles, use a little heat gun. Look at that. Magic. 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 The epoxy layer number 2 has been drying for 4 hours. Still definitely has some texture on it. So we're going to lay another layer of epoxy before we do any sanding. Dab, 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 dab. Oh, yeah. Flat areas like this, it's easy to keep a nice thick layer on there. But when it comes to vertical surfaces like this, it's going to take more layers to make this nice and perfectly mirror finish. Epoxy layer number 2 has been drying for 4 hours. It still definitely has some texture on it. So we're going to lay another layer of epoxy before we do any sanding. So this time we're going to...
My witch's brew.
Pop the bubbles. Now that we've let it sit for like 24 hours, it's now time to sand this down a little bit. We're going to use 220 grit sandpaper. It's about as rough as I'd go. Immediately, as you can see, how unlevel the surface actually is. You need to be extra careful on certain areas like here. Some of that carbon is still kind of raised. You definitely don't want to sand through any of the carbon cloth. A light scuffing is probably all I would do in these really bumpy areas. In order to keep the dust down, you can always use some soapy water. Before we can lay that next layer of epoxy, we need to make sure that everything is perfectly clean. Certain grease is bad. We're going to use some rubbing alcohol. 75 cents a bottle.
Mixy, mixy, mixy.
Thank you.
Dab, 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 dab.
This is when the parts actually start looking nice. Daniel, that's carbone, my friend. Popping the air bubbles. Carbone. I know it looks pretty good, but we're still not completely done. We're going to give this 4 or 5 hours to cure, and we're going to do one more epoxy layer before we clear coat them. This is our last time we are going to sand with a heavy grit. We are prepping for our last layer of epoxy, thank God.
Now for my least favorite part of the build, we need to clean up these edges here. We're going to use a sanding wheel on an angle grinder, and we're going to gently sand down this edge until we see the original part. If you left the edges with all this excess epoxy, it would not fit. When I start seeing the edge of the original part there, that means I need to stop. I need to do that all around the radius of the back of the part.
Paint me like one of your French girls, Jack.
Now that all the edges are painted black, it's time to do our last and final layer of epoxy. The final dab. You know, I'd like to say it pays off all of that work. But man, it was so much work to get here. Popping bubbles. This last layer of epoxy, we need absolutely no drips, so don't feel bad about scraping the bottom here. We let this part cure for 48 hours, so it is nice and hard. Most epoxies will claim that they are UV resistant. However, it's kind of a lie. If you let this sit out in the Florida sun for a year, I promise you this will get yellow. Now, the only way to fix that is to put an automotive clear coat on top of this. Clear coat needs a mechanical adhesion to this epoxy. Yep, we are going to have to sand this down one more time. This time, we're going to sand it with 600 grit sandpaper. You'll know that you're done sanding all the clear coat when everything is this uniform haze. I'm going to use one of these tack rags and tack off the entire surface. Let's remove any dust and debris before we lay that first layer of clear coat. Now we could finish off all of our hard work with the can like this that you can find at AutoZone for about $12. However, probably only look good for like 6 months to a year. This is Segola's flagship spray gun, the 4600 Extreme. This thing lays down clear coat like straight magic. Paired with that gun, we are going to use Segola's disposable spray cups. These are so convenient because once you're done using them, you literally just throw them in the trash. For our clear coat, we are going to use a high solids clear coat. That means it's going to be 2 parts of the base and 1 part of the hardener. This is the real deal, boys. A little too much clear coat to be honest. Activator. This is layer number 1. We're going to lay it on medium wet. We are going to make sure that we don't lay it on so thick that it drips. Spray about 6 inches away. Again, about 15 minutes to dry. We're going to do one more thick layer on both parts. My God, that was a lot of work. I hope this video motivated you guys at home and showed you that you can wrap your own carbon fiber parts at home with pretty much minimal tools. Hit that follow button.
Tell your mother that I love her.